In 1854, Virginia Reeves stands preliminary for the killing of the youthful, rich, and ruined Caprice Collins. Only one of the women who failed to get back from their mission to find the destiny of Sir John Franklin and his lost boats. Baffled by numerous fruitless past quests by men, Lady Franklin causes a last endeavor to find what truly happened to her husband and his groups. When they were looking to the Canadian Arctic for a Northwest Passage, Lady Franklin seems to pick Virginia for her affair with driving a cart preparing toward the west. However, Virginia has her explanations behind needing to give up that life. Macallister keeps us on the edge in the court and in the cold north, exchanging the story between the trail and the lady's adventure. With an obviously bumbling protection lawyer and absent-minded judge, it is dubious that the help of the survivors will be sufficient to counter Caprice's parents' moneyed influence. On the adventure, it turns out to be progressively dubious that each of 13 ladies will survive. As threat comes from the climate. However, from crew members who have little respect for ladies on their boat. Each character has specific aptitudes and capacities that keep us confident. Many of them were inspired by real ladies of that time. Marvelous narrating flourishes as every lady has at least one section composed from her perspective. The Arctic Fury is well written and an intriguing read, however it's a bleak story and with some flaws. Ms. Macallister is accepted with writing and the story is convincing. However, some portions of the plot development and character advancement might have been more grounded. The issue that annoyed me more than anything was the inactivity of the primary character, Virginia. She doesn't support herself, she allows individuals to run roughshod over her, and she often doesn't act to help herself. She suffers, however, she surrenders herself every step of the way. Perhaps she thinks she doesn't have any power. In any case, I simply needed her to attempt to help herself. Especially when she's being investigated. Which is a large portion of the book. It made me insane. Furthermore, it wasn't only the preliminary. She's likewise aloof in her associations with Lady Franklin, Brooks, Caprice and others. Action is simply commonly more fascinating in a story than in action. Which brings me to my next perception, Virginia doesn't appear to experience any inward catharsis. Truly, a great deal happens to her remotely. Yet, she doesn't appear to change or develop through her encounters, which are ordinarily important for the principal bent of any story. She survived all those. Yet, what did she find out about herself? How could she develop? Perhaps I simply didn't see it, or possibly the change was excessively subtle for me. Ms. Macallister likewise weaves in insights regarding the norm of inequity, sexism and prejudice during the 1800s and the threats that presents, especially for ladies. That is a fascinating and rich layer to the story. All in all, The Arctic Fury is a good read, although it's not the story I expected. I suggest it. The closure is fulfilling as well.